the vice president is number 2 man. Or the Senate president is number 3 man, and on like that. It's not in respect of the wielding of power. It's in respect of precedence, just protocol. When you want to announce their names in public, it doesn't go beyond that. So this number 1, number 2 citizen, number 3, number 4 citizens is only for the purpose of protocol. It doesn't mean that the vice president is the second most powerful by virtue of the constitution. No, it's not true. It's protocol. And that is what the law says for announcing them in public.
But let me ask you, some people are saying that, I want to get your reaction to this, that the president hasn't made it any easier for your campaign organization, especially with the security and economic situation in the country. How would you react to that?
Well, as time goes on, we are going to start explaining to Nigerians the real situation. Sometimes, of course, we are approaching campaign season. So every single thing, some negative spins are put to every single incident. We have challenges, no doubt. And I can tell you, let me tell you first of all, that all over the world, all sitting governments are struggling to explain to their citizens the real thing that is going on, or the real situation of global, outlook, of macroeconomic global outlook of major countries of the world. All over the world, the opposition in every country is also having a field day. Because once you have negative, economic digits all over the place, or, indications all over the place, or indices all over the place, the opposition goes to town, and they don't tell you. I want you to always look at it thoroughly. That they don't always tell you the solution to some of these problems. They don't tell you what they would have done differently. They don't tell you what we got wrong in terms of the policies we adopted to tackle some of these challenges. They only repeat, in a megaphone type of way, oh, the woes of the country, the woes of the country. I am sure the PDP and the other parties are somewhere rehearsing those woes now. That is what they are going to use as their campaign templates, and we'll be ready for them. For us, it's not about repeating and, just reciting the woes of the country. Country has collapsed. Country has this. Prices have gone up. No, we sit them down. We are going to put Nigeria on a complete spreadsheet of total global macroeconomic outlook. And we are going to say where Nigeria is within that global outlook. We know, of course, that for the ordinary Nigerians, it's difficult for them to understand that, because what they understand is that they go to the markets, they see that prices have risen in the market, and all of that. That is what the ordinary man understands. However, it is also our duty as government to explain to them. I will sit down my grandmother in the village. I will sit down the old woman in the village and say, look, Mama, I understand they'll say price of tomatoes don't go up. Price of rice don't go up. But make I explain, say, even that price what you see now, so, if you don't bad pass so, but this government don't try, say, because of the things where they happen for everywhere for the world, for Bodo, Yibo, and everywhere for the world, this thing for don't bad pass so. But now government, they don't fight, say, make they even press the price down, make it be like this. Not only Nigeria, they suffer this problem, but everywhere, this problem they. We will try and explain to them.
Mr. Keyamo, I see why your party picked you as a spokesman of the council. But let me ask you, when you say that this is, you can explain, you're going to have a spreadsheet. It's one thing to say this is where we are on a spreadsheet, but you cannot explain a lived experience on a spreadsheet. And I'm talking about insecurity. How do you say to people, this is not what you think, we're working hard, we're doing something, because they really cannot see the results. And insecurity perhaps is also, if not the number one issue, but at least number two issue for a lot of people in the country today, especially when they feel like nothing is being done in that regard.
Some others have seen the results. So it is not true to say that they are not seeing the results. Some others have not seen the results. Some have seen the results. For example, those in the northeast have seen the results. Most of them in the north central and maybe in the north west that had serious problem with the headers farmers' crisis, that people were killed, their farms were invaded, and all of that. They have seen the results. It may not have come down to 0%, the crisis, but it has reduced significantly because of government's efforts. What government has done is that they have gone into careful planning and found long-term solutions to these problems that we inherited. And for over the years, governments before us never found long-term solutions to these problems. They could never solve them. But what we did was that we have tried to find long-term solutions to these problems. And I'm sure you know of the National Livestock Transportation Plan that is taking care of the herders crisis, and of course, the calm we have in the Northeast now. But there's banditry in the Northwest, I admit. There are problems of kidnappings around some parts of the country, I admit. We have some capacity to resolve the ones we met on the ground. And so citizens should be able to be confident and to have confidence in government that these ones that have reared their ugly heads, they will also be tackled, and tackled decisively.
But let me quickly jump in here.
Will it be over before we leave government? It is a work in progress.
Do you think that you're going to have a difficult run, especially because you're running against someone like an Atiku, who had millions of votes in the last election, and then you have the emergence of someone like Peter Obi, who is now enjoying a lot of popularity, especially among young people? How difficult do you think that this race will be for you?
We are confident. We are not underrating anybody. So let me not come on here and sound overconfident. But we are working hard. We are sure of victory, but we are not underrating anybody.
Mm. When you interact with people on the street, especially young people, only one name comes up. I don't know who you have been speaking with in terms of demographics, but most young people in the country today, you even hear it on social media, that most of them are part of the Peter Obi movement. Does that worry you that perhaps a chunk of voters has been taken by him, and that this is a race where, in fact, some people are talking about swing votes and swing states as well, that the battle has now been made really, really difficult, and you have to do a lot of work to get people on your side?
No. Outside the Southeast, Peter Obi is just a carpetbagger. Outside the Southeast. And we suspect he may just be a Trojan horse for Atiku Abubakar. So the love may even turn to hate when his own supporters may discover that he's working for Atiku Abubakar. So we want to warn people in advance that we have intelligence report that he may be working for Atiku Abubakar at the end of the day. So the supporters should brace up for the fact that they may be misleading them to nowhere. But I can tell you that outside the Southeast, he's just a carpetbagger. He goes nowhere. Secondly, I just want to let you know, too, that most of this social media hype you are seeing, we have intelligence report. We know where some of them are. They carry 20 boys in one room and begin to use 5,000 avatar accounts to tweet and abuse everybody. Campaign strategies is never to abuse and threaten people and all that. We are way past that, not for people like us. So we have intelligence reports. We know we already know where they are. They just carry 20 points in one room. They're using avatars to abuse everybody. You don't win elections by abusing and threatening people. By the day they start counting the votes, those avatars will vanish, I can assure them. So I will let them know today that we are not moved by all those avatars on Twitter and all that. It's just all rubbish.
And you don't think that has translated to real structure on the ground?
Is Twitter structure? Is Twitter polling station? Is Facebook polling station?